Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking, and today we are finally going to start to get into the Lightworker Gateway that we are already in. So this Lightworker Gateway is from August 28th to September 28th. So we are already in this new gateway. I apologize for my voice. I still have a cold. You can hear it a little tiny bit. Um, so this was originally going to be uh, the Andromedans who were going to be assisting by sending energies during this Lightworker Gateway. However, with everything that's been going on with the darker energies, the assistance from the galactics has really kicked up a notch. And because of the, excuse me, the time changes or the time that was lost or the time that was kind of put on hold for us, we're kind of making up lost time almost in a way. So they have us doing two different Lightworker gateways at the same time. So this is both the Andromedan Lightworker Gateway and the Rigel Lightworker Gateway, which Rigel is how I pronounce it. Rigel is a planet that is part of the Orion constellation. Um, so they're going to be coming into our consciousness more and more and more. You're going to start hearing more and more about them. Um, so we're having two Lightworker gateways at once. So this is crazy. This is unprecedented. Um, so the Andromedans are going to be assisting us during this time period by sending energies to the crown chakra. So the Andromedans, I always say the Andromedans like it's a planet. And as far as I know, there's no Andromeda the planet. It's the Andromedan galaxy. So there are tons of planets that are part of the Andromedan galaxy, including Ghana, the blueprinter planet. But that's not who's assisting us this time. It's a planet called Isra, 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 or Isray. Isray is what he's telling me. So Isray of the Andromedan galaxy will be providing energies to the crown chakra to allow it to accept higher quality energy and messages. The divine light, or excuse me, when divine light is pulled down through your etheric chakras that are above your head and down through your body, the energy is modified prior to entering the crown chakra to be formatted in a way you can absorb and understand. The soul star chakra, which is the chakra that is right above your crown chakra, normally like, I don't know, 6 inches, 4 inches above your head. The soul star chakra does much of this modification. Rigel, a planet that is part of the Orion constellation, will be sending energies to the soul star chakra above our heads, and the Andromedans are going to send it to the crown chakra, which is literally the top of our heads. So both are going to be working together to allow a better quality of divine light to penetrate your physical body and then all your other chakras. And this was interesting. So I got this other piece of information that I never got any more information on, but I'm just going to tell you anyways. So we know the Andromedans, they're sending energies for the crown chakra, Rigel sending energies for the soul star chakra. I got the message that energies for these same purposes will also be sent from Polaris and Sirius. If you are a star seed of one of those planets, and actually it's several planets because Sirius is 3 planets. If you are starseed of one of these, or if you have a lot of lifetimes at either of these, you're going to feel these energies more strongly because you're already kind of naturally attuned to those energies. If you've had a Sirian activation with us, again, you're probably going to feel these a little stronger. And that's because when you do an activation with us, in this case, the Sirian activation, we are activating your Sirian strand of energetic DNA. So you're just already tuned to their energy, so it makes it really easy to absorb those. So my contact for Isray, man, I keep saying it wrong. Isray, my contact for the planet Isray is an androgynous being of light. So first they just approach me as literally like a shining white light, with a little bit of blue in it. And then they start taking on a body. So because they're helping me to identify them, because obviously if you just come as a bright light, it's hard for me to know who you are because there's lots of beings that can do that. So they took on a body for me so I could understand. Um, the first thing I saw is that they were wearing a burgundy robe, so long sleeves all the way to the floor. And whenever I see a being in a burgundy robe, I know they are part of the Andromedan High Galaxy. So that's why they're showing me that. The interesting thing is, and I'm just going to throw this out there, it's possible that the way I am shown these beings is not the same way that other channelers are shown the beings. So potentially it's just a clue for me that they are wearing burgundy robes. Perhaps in real life that's not really their color. I don't know. I don't know how much of what I see is symbolic or just based on the knowledge I already have that they have to work with or what the case is. But I'll just give you what I have. So they're wearing a burgundy robe. They are part of the Andromedan United Galactic Council. That's interesting. Okay, so that's a more proper name. I was calling them Andromedan High Council. I guess they're the Andromedan United Galactic Council. Okay. Okay. Two different things. Okay. There's the Andromedan High Council, which is just for Andromeda? Is it two different things? No. Okay, I'm wrong. Andromedan United Galactic Council. I see that this light is taking on a body that is a green body. It's very tall, big black eyes. It's insect-like. It looks similar to a mantid, but not quite. It has kind of the posturing and kind of the appendages almost of a mantid. But it looks more human-like than a mantid does. Mantids to me literally look like a giant praying mantis, more or less. Um, so let's see. Yeah, so their arms don't hang down straight at their sides. They're kind of up here, and they're bent. So the guide that came to me that looked like this, he told me his name was Seowan, 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 and I can tell it's an incarnation of Metatron. So the first thing he does is he takes me to the edge of somewhere. It's like dark. He takes me to the edge of somewhere. We look down, and there is Earth, and she's all lit up and beautiful, and we're, I guess, in space looking down on her. There's purple light that I see like start to swirl around the Earth, and I realize, oh, it's purple because it's for the crown chakra, because the Andromedans are helping with the crown chakra. So I'm like, okay, cool. There are Andromedan codes in the purple light. It almost looks like music notes or Arabic writing. These are the codes to tune the chakra to a higher frequency permanently. So this is their whole big thing is for the crown chakra. It's like it's an out of tune instrument. Remember we had those oracle cards that were foreshadowing this earlier. I can't remember which video it was, but there was one card where it was like a big horn and that was supposed to represent God. And there was this other card where it was showing multiple horns and it was like this energy is going to come from divine and it's going to tune these instruments because we are the instruments. We have the capability. We just need to be hitting the right frequency. So they're helping us by just doing a little tweak to the crown chakra so that we can tune into higher frequency codes, higher frequency information. Because remember, your body can't take in anything that is beyond its understanding. So we have access, everyone has access to the complete knowledge of God, to the complete spectrum of divine, that beautiful white light that comes through us. It has everything in it. But why aren't we all crazy enlightened and just like God and knowing everything and feeling everything and understanding everything? It's because the information that enters through the crown chakra can only be information that we are capable of understanding and accepting. If it's too high of a frequency, if it's too complicated for where we are in our lives, if we're resistant to learning that information, then we can't get to it. Okay, I went on a tangent. Back to this. So I was seeing that purple light that was going around the earth, it's almost like it's just going to saturate the air around the planet so that the information to tune our chakras is just going to be everywhere in the air, but it's only going to work on those whose energy have a signature of a light worker. So this makes sense. This energy is everything that they do, it's like a lock and a key, a lock and a key. So this key is going to go around and it knows which locks it needs to undo. And so if you have the energy signature of a light worker, it's going to work on you. It makes perfect sense that it's not going to work on like I don't know, my parents or whoever who is not awakened yet or not wanting this yet, or this isn't their role in the world, because what good is that to them if they've chosen to not awaken, right? So maybe things are different for them later down the line, but as of right now, that ability is not helpful for them. It would be hurt, hurtful. It would be damaging for them if you're not ready for it, if you don't want it, if this is not part of your role. So those who are going to actually benefit from it are the ones who are going to feel this, hence it being a Lightworker Gateway and not a whole Earth Gateway. So it just skips over those who it doesn't belong to. When the codes in purple light enter the crown chakra, it hums, it sings. The vibration change can be heard. It's like a flute or violin has just been tuned, and now the correct note will finally play for the first time. So literally, when it goes into the crown chakra, it's tuning it through vibration, which makes sense, right? It's just like how we use singing bowls. We play the singing bowl, that's the right note, in order to try to tune our bodies to that correct note, right? That's the game. Play the correct note, have that energy come into your energy, and change your energy to match it. And so that's what they're going to do, but with the crown chakras. I see the codes coming out of the crown chakra too, along with the frequency. It's for Earth. Okay, so they tune the crown chakra, and then after that, it's like the crown chakra is like emitting that frequency now and also codes. And so what the crown chakra is emitting belongs to Earth, belongs to Gaia. It's for the plants and the animals and the rocks and the oceans and the insects. I see that the trees will take it first. The trees are the guardians of the land. They will absorb it and relay it back out to the other plants and animals in a way they can digest. So it's just like, it's almost like the trees are functioning for the other plants and animals the way that the crown chakra or the soul star chakra functions for the body of the human, as within, so without, right? So it's filtering and it's reformatting that information, the trees are, so that what they put out is palatable and absorbable by everything else. Um, they will emit these codes until all of the ocean has received them. Oh, wait. Did I skip? I skipped. Okay, so the trees are doing this. This will make its way to the whales, the guardians of the ocean. They will again take in the codes and reformat them for all of the ocean creatures. They will emit these codes until all of the ocean has received them. And so I thought that was really cool because obviously the whales are going to sing. That's how they're going to emit this out for everything. So I just thought that was awesome. So the trees and the whales and the light workers will house these codes inside of themselves. They will emit them forever unless an updated version is provided in the future. New light workers will be born and they will encounter these codes early on. Eventually, humanity will be born with their crown chakras already tuned to this frequency, but for now, until we evolve to that place, these codes are just going to give that upgrade to everyone who is a light worker on Earth. Okay. So I speak with Seo the Andromedan guide, and he says, "Peace to you. Much time has been missed," referencing whatever the darkness did to the cosmic egg. "But do not worry yourself. We have resolved larger difficulties before." And then I felt this energy from him, and what I said was, "Oh, he wants me to remember him." And so I got pulled into this huge, epic backstory that I still haven't even finished because it's so long. Um, and so I'm not going to share that with you guys. I was told that this is going to be part of the book that I'm writing on galactic races. So I'm going to skip over this right now and find the rest of this because he pulls me into an Andromedan lifetime, which is really cool because I haven't seen one of those before. And it was on Isray. Okay, so back to Seowan. He says, "We will be opening the tear in the veil more with our energies. It is time for more to come through. It is time for a greater awareness of Creator and our unity and the realms beyond what can be seen with physical eyes. The history that has been kept from most of the world are the very things that feed your heart and soul. The conscious self is aching to remember and experience the fullness of who they are again. Incarnating on earth is very difficult, even for the most loving and experienced of souls. To be forced to forget so much and to be placed in such a low dimension, it is devastating for many. You were all given this impossible task to change the environment which you were born into, to change the consciousness of those around you. You all incarnated in order to change the world. It is an impossible task that is made possible by Creator. Through him, a higher story will unfold. Miracles and magic have no limits with him. You come to earth that you might manifest his love, his miracles, his magic. You are the embodiment of God. You have chosen to be a vessel for him. You have chosen this mission. You choose it again and again. always in different circumstances, in different galaxies, but always you come to change the world with God's power in you. This is the Trinity, the God you are inside, the God who is an archangel, Metatron, and Creator. The perfection of his work is done when all three are working in unison. Feel your power now. Feel it burning in you. It will ache and yearn in you until you find what calls to you so that you may put your power into it. And this process of investing into what calls to you will bring you great satisfaction. You cannot be satisfied until you flex your power. You are not meant to be a bystander in this life. You are meant to create in love and allow it to change the world. Your creations, your efforts, your magic does change the world. Why else would the darkness be so frightened of you finding your power and feeling worthy enough? You have the miracles of God in you, waiting to be expressed. And then I hear Creator say transformation. And I see like thousands of dragons. They've been released through the veil and they're circling the earth and they're blowing fire on the dark energies and the stale energies of the earth. They are turning those energies to ash. Death is a part of life, Creator says. We must clear and release the stale energies where energies cannot flow. Okay, let me try this again. So Creator says we must clear and release the stale energies where energy, I don't know why. When I'm writing it, it makes sense. But when I read back to you guys, I don't have the right punctuation. We must clear and release the stale energies where energies cannot flow. Sickness will develop. So, same as your body, right? If you don't have your energy flowing in your body, if your chakras are blocked, if your chi isn't flowing, you're going to end up with illness and disease. Same thing with the earth. I see, it was crazy. So he shows me the energy blockages in society, and they are disgusting. They are filled with infection and pus. And so the dragons would go over to these areas and they would blow their fire on it and they would burn up all the disgusting stuff. And all that would be left would be like this smooth layer of black char. And it was almost like this really sterile uh, covering over a wound. So Creator said, there is still damage there underneath the charring. But if the energy flows, these will heal. So just like a wound on your body, you have to get rid of the virus or the bacteria. You have to, get rid of that and get rid of the dirt, get rid of the pus, and just have a nice clean wound and you put the bandage over it. And as long as the blood keeps flowing to that area, it will heal. Action and change make energy flow. Action and change. Action and change. These are the things we need to be doing. Action and change. Make energy flow. Keep moving forward to keep your energy and the earth's energy healthy. I can tell that there is more going on with that scene because it almost felt like he gave me this little preview of something that maybe didn't really have to do with the Lightworker Gateway, but he just wanted us to be aware. And it feels like he's going to go back to it at a later point um, to give us more information. This feels like a theme. This feels like a new stage of what Creator is doing on Earth, is trying to make a clear pathway for us to start healing some massive societal wounds. So they just cleared out all the pus, but now we've got to make change. Now we've got to take action, or the energy gets stagnant and the pus comes back. Um, so I know Creator will give us more on this later. So I bow to Seowan to tell him thank you for the messages that he gave me. And let me see what Metatron wants to do. Okay, Metatron wants me to show you. Man, this is. Do you want me to make this? This thing, you know what? He wants this to be 2 different videos, I think. All right. So, really? We could just do one. He wants to do two. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to. You really want to do two? Let's just do one. I like how I negotiate with him on video. I'm like, come on, I'll have to do like another intro. It's a pain in the butt. Let me do the other one. Thank you. Okay. He wanted me to do the crystal grid for Andromeda right now, and then do a separate video for like Rigel and the Rigel crystal grid. I'm like, it's all one Lightworker Gateway. Let's just squish this all in together. We can do this. So we're going to pause. I'm not going to do the crystal grids yet. I'll do them both at the end. And it feels like there's going to be a process involved with both of those. So we'll talk about those when I get them up. Let's talk about Rigel. So my contact was a male. He looked human. He looked like a handsome man, which is like so frustrating. I'm like, could you send me some unattractive guides so I'm not so distracted? So he's like, he looks like he's a white man with brown hair. Um, maybe in his 30s. And he was wearing like one piece black outfit, which I see a lot on other planets, where it's like this one piece outfit, but it's kind of form fitting, but it's like comfortable. So he's wearing one of those, and he's able to move in it just fine. It seems more like a uniform than just clothing. He tells me his name. His name is Lo, Lo. As soon as he told me his name, I got like all these chills, and I was just like, oh man, I know you. I know you. Like that name. Really know that name. Really weird. Anyways, I can tell he's an incarnation of Raphael. So, okay, wait. Okay. So this whole time I was trying to get this Lightworker Gateway video, there was all these tangents where they were like, hey, let's do this. Let's talk about this crazy past life. Let's do this. So right when I meet him, he shows me all this. He shows me Rigel. He shows me like this different, talks about this different race that I haven't met before, and how they are one of the groups that do energetic attacks. And it's just stuff that doesn't apply to the Lightworker Gateway, as interesting as it is. It's information that's either going to be in a different video or in a book. So we're skipping over that. Lo says, the mind can only receive information if it is able to travel through the soul star. Because remember, their group is doing the soul star chakra. The soul star is a very personal, customized chakra. It is dynamic and thoughtful. It will only allow information that can be understood by the conscious human to flow through it. This chakra stores a memory of the messages that could not be sent through the chakra. It has a library of information that the conscious human has never received. If the soul is resistant, or not awakened, or not at a point in their journey where the information would be helpful, then the soul star kind of breaks off that piece of information that's a little bit too much, and it stores it for later, um, for a more appropriate time. The opening of the soul star chakra is like a custom key. Only exact fits can travel through to the crown chakra. So essentially, this opening on the soul star chakra, it's always changing size and shape to fit wherever that human is in their lifetime and what they're able to accept knowledge wise. Um, the conscious human can choose to receive more as long as it is in the high. Oliver, sit down. He's pacing. The conscious human can choose to receive more as long as it is in the highest interests of the soul. The information will be released to the rest of the energetic body. It is important to make note that the will of the human is also responsible for what is allowed through the soul star chakra. The will must be in a place where it is willing to receive information downloads that the mind might find challenging. Your soul stars are governed. This was interesting because at first they're saying the soul star chakra is really dynamic. It's really thoughtful. It's only letting things that are through for the highest good of the human. I was like, oh, that's cool. And now that we start talking about it, they're like, okay, so actually there's a guide that's helping with this. So there is let's see, your soul stars are governed by a personal guide, personal spirit guide, who understands what is in your highest good. This guide is likely to be an angel working under an archangel or a galactic guide working under an archangel. It's not important to know their name, just know that your support team in the spiritual world is vast and beyond what you imagine it to be. And so Lo was telling me that, you know what, I'm gonna save this for the crystal grid. I'm gonna save this for the crystal grid. So I'm gonna start with the Andromedan crystal grid for the crown chakra, and then we're gonna switch over to the Rigel crystal grid for the soul star chakra, and let's get some good things going. Here is our crystal grid for the crown chakra that the Andromedans are going to be sending energies to us during this Lightworker Gateway period. Um, so what I'm going to do, let me first activate this grid. So we, of course, have Amanda Ellis sprays. Yeah, no, you can't read the label. This is silver. This is the crown chakra spray. So let's go ahead and get this activated. This one is really beautiful smell. So we're doing silver crown chakra. And let me see which order he wants to do this in. This one next. Okay. 2 more Amanda Ellis sprays. We have Rainbow Unicorn. And the reason we're using this one is actually for the rainbow energy in it. And it smells really floral. It smells like springtime. It smells like I don't know if this is the scent she uses, but it smells like hyacinths, which is my favorite flower. And we're going to be using this Amanda Ellis spray as the last one. This is Archangel Metatron Flame Attunement and Connection Master Spray. So we're using this for Metatron's energy and also just for the energy of attunement, because we're going to go ahead and just use all the tools we have here to help you prepare that chakra as much as possible to be tuned perfectly. And actually, what Metatron wanted me to do, I'm off camera. You can see like my shadow, but not my actual um, item here. But I have a singing bowl that is in the frequency of the crown chakra. And so he's going to have me use this. And so we're going to go ahead and do this a little bit. And depending on the health of your crown chakra, the first time you hear it, it might not even be balancing the chakra so much as releasing trauma from the chakra in order to clear it out. Yeah, he's showing me. He's going to have me do this as many times as he needs me to do this. All 3 times, I can feel that whoever's listening is clearing blockages in there. Okay, creator liked that. So now we've cleared out any blockages you have, so you're ready to accept those purple energies that are going to tune your crown chakra. If you've been looking at this crystal grid, that's long enough to get the benefits from it. We're going to have it up on the website in case you want to, I don't know, download it or just look at it again from the website. You can use this particular crystal grid for any time that you need assistance with your crown chakra. It might be in times when you have a headache. This might be a good one to try out to see if that can clear away some of the reason for your headache, this one or the third eye one, or even possibly the might also be your Alta Major chakra. However, I don't have a crystal grid for that one yet, so we're gonna have to wait on that one. Um, so this is all I have for this one. I'm gonna go ahead and now bring up the next crystal grid, and we're gonna work on that one. This is the crystal grid for the Soul Star chakra that the Rigel beings will be sending energy to us. Rigel is a planet, it's part of the Orion constellation. Um, so, what we're going to do with this crystal grid, so again, it's for the Soul Star chakra. The Soul Star chakra is one of the major chakras to filter energy, filter divine light and energy to the human based on what they're ready to receive. We can impact this though. Free will is part of the control over that soul star chakra. So if we are ready to start receiving more information from that chakra, we can indicate that. And that's what we're going to do today. So if you're interested in receiving more divine information, that's what this process is going to be for. If you're not interested in that, you can still watch this video if you want. The energy of your intention is going to be obvious, and that is sufficient to give your answer. So just by you thinking, yeah, I don't want that, that is enough for it to not come to you. So don't worry about that. So if you are willing, we can do this process now to have information slowly start filtering down to you. It's not going to hit you all of a sudden hard because there's way too much energy up there that we still don't have. It's going to come a little bit to you at a time when the moment is right. And this is going to be a little bit different for each soul, right? Because we're all in different places. So if you are ready to start receiving more divine knowledge, then we are going to acknowledge that intention now. We will call in a special guide who I was told wanted to assist with this process. So it's not Merlin. However, Merlin's spray is one of the sprays I'm going to be using to call this individual in, and also the white light spray from Amanda Ellis. So white light and Merlin. I don't know if you have heard of a wizard named Gandalf. He was a real, actual living being on the planet of Gana. He was the first wizard energy. He came before Merlin. He and Merlin share a soul. They have the same higher self, which is Archangel Metatron. So Gandalf the wizard is the one I'm going to be calling in now. And if you ever want to do that yourself, again, it's Amanda Ellis's Merlin spray and white light spray. I'm going to do Merlin spray first. We're going to ask Gandalf the white to join us now. Big, strong reaction. He's on my right, which is typically where a Metatron incarnation stands for me. So he's on my right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to prep the chakra, your soul star chakra, by first waking it up a little bit. So it's kind of going to be just like that process we used for the crown chakra, but the crown chakra, I use that singing bowl in order to clear out some trauma and prep that chakra for what's to come. I don't have a singing bowl that hits a soul star chakra note. I need to find out what that is so I can own one, but for now, I'm going to use Amanda Ellis's spray Lavender Soul Star Chakra. And I'm asking Gandalf how many sprays to use. Okay, 3 sprays was the magic number. Okay, so now that we've cleared that chakra, we'll go ahead and see what else I had written down for him. I have 2 more sprays for us, but I can't remember if there's something he wanted me to tell you guys before that. Let's take a look. Okay. Yeah, so the sprays that I did, it's going to remove any light blockages and just optimize the chakra's movement. Next, we're going to attune the chakra to a higher frequency using Amanda Ellis's Unicorn Unity Spray, 7th dimension. So we want to tune that chakra to the 7th, which is pretty darn high. It's as high as you can go in the physical world. Metatron, is this the one you wanted me to use? That's funny. I think I have a different spray written down, but he's saying this is what he wants. Rainbow Ray, upgrade and expansion. Is that really what you want to do? Okay, okay. Yeah. I think it's Gandalf that had the change of plans, not Metatron. All right, that's all right. Gandalf knows what he's doing. So let's see. So if you are willing, I'm going to be using this spray to attune you now. If you prefer not, again, just mentally thinking of it will block that energy from you. I use white magic. Gandalf the White uses white magic. So our energies can only go where they are welcome. They're never going to go against someone's will. If you do want to accept these energies, I want you to repeat after me. I am ready to accept more divine light. I want to experience more divine knowledge. I want to remember more of who I am. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. There we have it. So be prepared for thoughts that are of a higher frequency. Again, these are going to come when and how is most appropriate for you. Someone might be feeling something right this very moment, someone else might not feel something for months. It just depends on what is in your best interests at this time. Either way, if you've accepted these energies, it's going to come when it's right for you, and that's what's most important. So until next time, everyone, see you later.